Joy family, and welcome to the Joyful House. It is the week of July 21st through the 27th, 2025. Hope you've had a great weekend. Hope you're ready for a brand new week. I know I am. So, shall we chase the fun? But what if we can't afford fun? Henry David Thoreau wrote, "Wealth is the ability to fully experience life." When we think of fun, sometimes we think of like a season pass to an amusement park, or maybe a meal that costs just as much as filling up the gas tank of an SUV, or traveling around the country, or even the world. We equate fun with big and expensive. And sometimes it is. There are times when I have to save up for weeks or months to do the thing that I really want to do. There's nothing fun about debt. It just traps you. And the less I go in to get debt and the more I get out of it, the more space I have for fun. So planning ahead, I always have to plan for fun in a way that doesn't trap me in a financial jail. But I think one of the ways that we miss fun is by assuming things about fun that aren't true. Like it has to always be big and it has to always be expensive. There's this cooking show on TV that a lot of people watch, and it pits competitors against each other using random ingredients. Well, the author and her sisters, they love watching that show. And a few years ago, they decided to play competition in their own parents' home on a holiday. She said we each had a different part of the meal and that they were in charge of, and there were certain ingredients that they had to use that were found in their parents' pantry. It wasn't expensive, and they used the ingredients they had on hand, and they were already planning to make something for dinner anyway, so they decided to make something fun. So the invitation to have more fun in your life is a balance invitation. Some things you want to do will take more money and more time, but there are daily things, daily hobbies that are cheap or free. Walking through a park, adding a special ingredient to a favorite recipe, helping a friend in their garden, driving to an unexplored thrift shop with a $5 bill in hand, using the local library, sharing board games and puzzles with your neighbors, scanning old pictures to create photo albums, picking back up a sport that you let go of years ago. These are just a few ideas. You can come up with so much more. I'm sure of it. I bet of activities and opportunities that don't cost much while you save for the things that have a greater cost. So chase the fun. Here is your challenge this week. What's your favorite fun thing to do that doesn't require lots of money? Put it on your calendar to do something fun this weekend or maybe even next weekend. Well, I can tell you that here in the Joyful House this week, I have something on my calendar for this weekend that is going to be fun and is not going to cost hardly any money at all. Maybe the gas to get there and maybe a meal or two out. But Todd and I later this week, towards the end and over the weekend, we're going to go spend some time over at our son Jonathan's house. So I hope you'll come join us for that. And then we are saving up for a really big moment of fun. Later in September, Todd and I are going to spend some time at a cabin, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait for that time on a personal level. I cannot wait for that time on a couple level. I cannot wait for that time to just share some laid back fun and adventure with all of you. So, hope you'll stick around for this week and join me as I chase my fun, but also as I share a few little behind the scene moments that happen here at the Joyful House this week. And let me know, what did you do to chase your fun this week? And if you've got a picture or even a video of it, please send it. I'd love to, at the end of this video and weeks going forward to share what you guys do as you chase your fun. All right, I'll see you later this week. Hello, Joy family. Welcome to the Joyful House. It is Wednesday, July the 23rd, and I have a couple things that I wanted to share with you. I have a Joy team member that is celebrating 3 years of their anniversary on the Joy team. It's Miss Margie, and I was going through her wish list because when you're in the upper tiers of the Joy team, you actually get a little anniversary gift from me. And so I was trying to go through her wish list and find something that, would be something that she could use not only now, but, in the future for many, many projects to come. And I came across a book that was on her wish list, and I was like, that is it. So it is bought and she has already received hers, but I was showing it to Mr. Joyful and I said, oh my goodness, I think this would be a great book and would be really great when I get to start my new series. I bought the yarn, now what? And my son Jonathan has also been wanting to get me something for my birthday. So I thought, well, this will be perfect. It's less than $20. I think I paid like $16 for it on Amazon. And let me show it to you. This is the book. It's a hardback book. And for $16, I think that's just a really great purchase. But it says 500 crochet stitches, the ultimate crochet stitch Bible. Now, I have several books that show different kinds of stitches and stuff, but a lot of them are, kind of paperback and whatnot. This is a really nice quality book. I might even purchase one of these down the road to put in my little monthly giveaway. But anyway, let me just show you a couple things in here. What I love about this is not only do they show a picture, but they have the written instructions. And they also have a graph to show you how to do them. So I'm going to show you just the top part so I'm not revealing any of the patterns. But you can see there's the picture and you can see some of the wording there at the bottom where it describes the pattern. But it has graphs as well to show how they're done. Just a really, really nice book. Now those might have been more those were more like motifs and stuff. But here, for example, they show different stitches. And I thought, oh my gosh, again, some of these would make really cool squares with the stitches for my boho bags. But not only that, will work great, one, as I do tutorials to show how to do the different stitches. But also, I plan on getting more involved in designing my own things, especially with baby clothes and stuff like that. And I thought, oh my gosh, how cool it would be to learn different stitches. So I'm very, very excited about this book. And I haven't had a chance to fully go through it, but it also has different kind of ways that you can do edging on projects. So for example, I'm just going to show you a little set here. I'm trying to hold it where it doesn't really show a lot of the patterns because I don't want to get copyrighted or anything. But see, it's got all kinds of different ways to do edgings on things, and there's a lot in each little section. So a very, very nicely designed book. And I mean, it's amazing how large the section is of just borders. Let me just give you an indication. So the borders start on page 220 and they go all the way to 285 are just nothing but borders. So this is a really, really nice book. And in the beginning, it does show you how to do a lot of the basic stitches and how to do like the Solomon's knot, how to fasten off, how to join yarn and change colors. So it's really, really a nice book. And here's the content page. And you can see it says tools and equipment, starting off, basic stitches, motifs, edgings, and trims. So anyway, it's a nice book, and I was trying to see if it lists an author. It says this jam-packed stitch Bible offers an unrivaled selection of the very best crochet stitches, including a few new ones and some reinvented for a new generation, as well as covering all the classics. The first selection focuses on texture, demonstrating how basic stitches can be used to create a huge variety of different crochet fabrics, featuring shells, chevrons, puff stitches, trellis stitches, and loop stitches, among others. The second section focuses on motifs in a variety of shapes, circular, square, polygonal, and triangular, as well as leaf and petal shapes. The third section covers edgings and trims, ranging from simple cords and braids to more elaborate ruffles and frills. With a guide to the best tools and equipment, detailed instructions on how to crochet, and information on reading stitch diagrams and understanding crochet abbreviations. This is the only crochet stitch reference you will need. And again, it doesn't show me an author, but now I only paid $16 for it, but on the back here, as you can see, it says US $29.99, Canada $39.99. But anyway, I thought that was a nice book and wanted to share it. The other thing I want to share with you real quick is, as many of you know, Mr. Joyful and I did a refinance on our home. And when we did that, our bank sent us a nice little gift. And Mr. Joyful put it back in here. There was a card, but I don't see the card. But it just said, thank you for doing business with us. Yeah, I don't think he put the card back in here. All right. But look at what they sent us. They sent us this nice wooden cutting board. And I do like it. It's made in China. But and I get it. It's our bank sending it to us, but it also would have been kind of nice to not have that on there. But it is a great reminder of what we've done, and this is a milestone in our life. So anyway, nonetheless, this is a really nice gift, and I thought that was really, really cool. So we plan on taking it with us when we go camping. All right, well, that's all I had to share with you. Hope you're having a happy hump day, and a reminder that tomorrow we are going to go over to our son's house, and we'll be staying there for a good part of the weekend. And so I don't know what the weekend's going to hold for us, but I'm sure if we do anything fun and exciting, I'll be sure to include it in this Welcome to My Playground. All right, I'll see you either later on in another clip or at the end of the weekend. All right, have a great Wednesday. Hey, Holly baby, you watching Grandma crochet? You watching Grandma crochet? Say, Lolly, what you got? Good morning, Joy family. It is actually Tuesday, July the 29th. Hope you all had a great week for July 21st to the 27th. Todd and I enjoyed our weekend at our son Jonathan's. What a great little quick, easy getaway that was. Sadly, he did not go to Nevada and hike the trail that he was planning to hike, so we did not have to drive him to the Charlotte airport. Unfortunately, the person that he was going to be hiking with got injured on a hiking trail last week and sadly did quite some substantial damage to her body. And so she is going to be recuperating for the better part of the rest of the year, if not a good part of next year. So if you will keep her in your prayers, I appreciate that. So he was a little bit bummed and sad, and so he asked us to go ahead and come anyway. And you know what? We really needed that time away, so we did it. We're so glad we did. It was a great couple of days. Well, it was more than a couple days. We went over there Thursday night and spent all weekend. And so thank you so much for allowing me to have yesterday with Todd as well. So I didn't do anything in the studio. So I am trying to get this finished up so I can get it out to you sometime this afternoon, early evening. But anyway, hope you had a great week. We did. Hope you enjoyed a little bit of the behind the scenes of what happened this past week at the Joyful House, kind of in and out of it. I am headed out to go spend the afternoon with a friend. We're going to be meeting for lunch. She had an interview at 10 o'clock this morning, so hoping all went well. It is now 10:53 in the morning, and I'm going to go ahead and start heading that way so that I can take my time, because this is the first time I've driven in pretty much 2 months, maybe 3 months. So I'm a little bit nervous about it, but I want to pace myself just simply for the mere fact that I do still tire very easily and haven't quite decided if I'm coming straight home or if I'm going to go to my parents and recoup. It just depends on how I'm feeling. Luckily, we are meeting halfway for lunch, so I will be in the same town that my parents live, in the restaurant that we're eating at. It's called La Fogatas. It is Mexican, one of my favorite types of foods, but it is literally maybe 7 minutes from my parents' house. So depending on how I'm feeling will determine if I go hang out there for a little bit, which I may do anyway, just to surprise them. So stay tuned and you'll see it in this week's playground video. But for now, let's wrap up this last week, and I can't wait to see you around the community. All right. Be joyful, stay crafty in your own way, make your own joyful creations, and be the joy in everything you do. And always, always chase your fun. See you next week.